Hey, welcome to the Illinois Business Playbook. I am here with Kat Mendez from ProTech. Kat, how you doing today?
Joe, and thank you so much for the opportunity to be on the show. I was able to watch a few, not all, but you do have several out there, and I saw some of the reviews that you guys had. So very excited to be on.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, let's kind of talk about that here real briefly then. How did you kind of hear about us? Were you able to talk to our special producer and the brains behind the business before you started this?
You mean your wife, Neha?
Yes, my wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Neha and I met at our networking group, myself and three others in the local community of Mexico County area in Licking Hills, invited her over and we were introduced via email. We were excited to meet each other. A ton of energy. She's a ball of energy
Yes,
in
she
one.
is.
So I love that. And she's like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on being in the show? Like, let's do it. Let's make some noise."
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, she definitely has a ball of energy, very positive energy, should I say. Well, that's beautiful. And again, if you can, Kat, one of the good things that we kind of do here is we want to kind of spread the word. So mention to as many folks as possible. Also, if you can find either myself or Neha on Facebook, go ahead and add us. Then we can tag you on these and stuff like that. Okay. Sound good? Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, let's talk about ProTech. So, talk to us about what ProTech's all about and what sort of led you to start working at this organization.
Sure. So ProTech Restoration has been around for over 20 years.
Okay.
Our new owner, Tony Hahn, has taken over the company in 2021, located in Elk Grove, and we service all of the Chicago area. Tony is an entrepreneur by nature, and he just loves to help others and has a really big heart. He was not by any means had an idea of saying, "Hey, let me just open up an emergency restoration company." But what he found was this is one of the businesses and the industries that you can make a significant impact on an individual or company's largest asset.
Beautiful. Wonderful. And as you've kind of been working with him, like what are some of the challenges? I always look at challenges as opportunities for growth, right? So what sort of challenges have you guys sort of found in the industry and how have you sort of worked through some of those challenges and those obstacles?
It's a great question. So I would say that being in this industry, this is based on emergencies, crisis situation. We don't wish that upon anyone by any means. So it is kind of leveling out the amount of workload. So just last week, we had 16 emergency service calls, which was a huge blessing. So thank you everybody who was able to participate in that. And then there's the slower season. So in this industry, it is how do we just level out that those services, and are we able to bring additional value to our community and our customers and clients? But also, there are very respectful companies out there. There's a lot. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be very transparent. So it is, how do we overcome that as a small owned business?
Mhm.
How do we measure up against the big guys, and the national companies? So for us, being huge community advocates is very important to us, and just saying, "Hey, we're here too. We would love to be able to take care of
Beautiful. As you know from the basis of our channel, we love supporting the smaller folks out there, right? To counterbalance the
it.
bigger
Let us
stuff.
stick
So that's
together, you know?
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. In order to run a smaller company effectively, it's all about customer base. It's all about acquiring customers, it's about keeping customers, it's about growing your customer base. So, what sort of strategies does your company put in place in order to grow that customer base?
Okay, wonderful. So what we're doing really is trying to adapt with the everyday trends of marketing. So right now, AI is huge. Everybody's doing it. There's podcasts. We're doing it right now, which is great. But
Yes.
for us, the quality and level and service of care is in person. It's those face-to-face interactions, being able to go to somebody's home or the company, look them straight in the eye, and really feel the emotions in those words. They say, you can trust in me. We'll be able to take good care of you. Sealing it with that nice firm handshake. I don't think that any type of AI will be able to.
It's all about establishing that trust, right? Absolutely. In your industry, there's going to be you've already seen trends that have occurred. And, one of the best ways in which to continue to grow your business is to be aware of the current trends, but also to kind of forecast any sort of future trends. So what sort of future trends do you see in your industry? And what are different ways that you guys, feel like you're going to kind of get a handle on dealing with those trends in the industry?
The future trends, and for me personally, I just see a lot of more robotic.
Mhm.
So I am myself. I don't think that will ever be able to replace hands-on
Right.
situation.
Sure.
So being able to adapt in that, our owner, Tony Hahn, he welcomes it. As long as it is able to help us with those tedious and mundane workloads that we can be able to speed up our process, we'll
Mhm.
be able to just merge those two together.
Beautiful. Let's everybody feel good about themselves. This is always my favorite question to ask you, quite frankly.
Mhm.
Tell me about a moment of success that you've had. Tell me about some customers that have stood out. Like, you really, when you're working for anyone, you need to have some of these, these feel good stories that kind of keep the engine running, keep you,
Momentum.
yeah, that momentum going in a positive manner. So tell us about a moment of success that you guys have had or personally that you've had, a customer that stands out. Give us a feel good story, Kat, if you wouldn't mind.
So actually, this is an easy one. I was actually contracting for Tony Hahn 3 months prior to my start date of February 1st. I wanted to see, kind of to get a feeler for this industry. It's still a brand new industry for me. And what stood out the most from him in comparison to other possibilities or opportunities was veterans, the veterans safety. And I was scrolling through LinkedIn, which I love. LinkedIn is like my dear diary.
Okay, nice.
It was the promotion of Tony Hahn and the promotion and collaboration between Hahn, ProTech Restoration, and the Giving Group, which is a non-for-profit associated with the SBA, Schoenberg Business Association.
Okay.
And there was a client that is a veteran that lived in a single-story home. No, not a single-story home, but he did have a basement that he wasn't able to ever go downstairs. And he started smelling this very, this strong aroma. And he had a wellness check, I believe. I'm sharing this story properly, but this is what I gathered from it. And I just love it. So inspirational. Um, they went to go check, and there was probably 30 feet or feet of water there, and there was a significant amount of lead,
Oh, gosh.
which is dangerous.
Of course.
So because the water was standing for such a long time, unfortunately, he wasn't able to file it. So there was a lot of bids on this project to help this individual. Our owner, Tony Hahn, is very thorough in his book. It came out to probably almost $20,000, and our bid was the largest. Not because we're just trying to hurry up and, get the job done and just win it and slash up prices. He knew that the amount of damage and the fact that he lives in this home, he would not be able to go elsewhere. This would affect his health indefinitely. He just said, this is how we can help you. This is what needs to be done. Out of all of those bids, the customer chose Tony. But because he could not have the assistance of insurance, Tony went to the giving group and he asked them to collaborate and raise the funds. So they did that with through a Tony show, which is amazing. They raised up to $10,000 for this year.
That is beautiful.
Yes. So then Tony did work with him in lowering the prices just to meet that gap. And when I just learned about this, I have a really big part too. My logo is Big Heart, Big Wins on LinkedIn. I was like, Tony, I don't have a passion for mold and water restoration, but I have a passion in helping others. And like, let's do this. I want to be able to help make this.
Wonderful working with folks like that can inspire you as well with the kind of work that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely beautiful. Kat, why don't you let us know how we can find the company?
Sure.
Phone number, any social media, anything. Neha will do a great job kind of putting it at the bottom, but throw it all out there, Kat. How do people reach out to you guys?
Of course. So you can find us on our website at ProTech, ProTech.com. You'll be able to learn more about us, put in links. We also have an emergency line, which is 312-800-1734. You can reach me directly. Part of my face on it, 387. If you want to stop by, we are located in Elk Grove Village, 1390 Howard Street in Elk Grove Village. We're also on LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as Instagram. So any of those platforms or any way that you'd like to say hi, I welcome you.
Beautiful. Well, Kat, thank you so much for spending a little time with us today. We really greatly appreciate it. Wonderful to hear about ProTech, and wonderful to hear from you, who seems to be so happy in what you're doing and inspired every day by the work that your coworkers do. So thank you so much, Kat. You have yourself a wonderful day, okay?
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everyone.